Anybody that knows me knows that I'm probably the most ordinary guy that you're going to meet. But this Z car, this is an extraordinary piece of work. Wastegate community, listen, thank you so much for joining us again on this episode that I am extremely excited about. Today I have the pleasure of reviewing this stunning 2024 Nissan Z in gunmetal gray. Now, the owner, Scott, come on in, Scott. I want to introduce you to everybody.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wastegate, this is a good friend, Scott. He is loaning us his Z car today, and Scott's going to tell us a lot about it. But one of the first things that really comes to mind to me, Scott, is nostalgia.
Yeah.
My father had, I believe it was a 1978 Datsun.
Yeah.
280?
280, yeah. 280.
Yeah, it had like an elongated roof.
Yep.
Had a couple of seats in the back that you could do nothing with.
The 2+2, yeah. Yep.
One kept flopping down all that. Every time he hit brakes hard, it would flop down. But, you know, this car is really nostalgic in that mind.
It is. Yeah.
Just a beautiful car. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. Well, kind of like the movie says, there are many like it, but this one's mine. Her name is Daisy because she's a Z. I love her. I'm into the nostalgia too. This is pretty much Nissan's homage to the 1969 Z. Okay. And so the Z community, they're used to the numbers, like a 260, 280, because the engine, 2.6 liter, 2.8, and then we get to the 300, and finally the 370. Okay. This one's just Z because it's a 3-liter twin turbo, but some people call it the 400Z because 400 horsepower, but it's not a 4-liter. It's a 3-liter twin turbo. It's got styling cues. Like I said, everything goes back to 1969, and then they sneak in a few things from other eras that are pretty cool, but like just the shape of the headlights.
You know what jumps out? This right here.
Oh, yes. The big wide open mouth on that, you know, take in all the air to, you know, aspirate everything there. So yeah, no. And again, even just the point on the hood coming down, that goes back to like 260, even a 240. And then everything styling wise, they've hit a few Easter eggs in there for people like me who remember, you know, like the 282 +2 that you were talking about. So yeah, no, that's her. She's there, and compared to others, I don't think she's the fastest, and she's probably not the, you know, the track queen that some are, but she's gorgeous, and I love her.
This is a driver's car. You know, it's for someone that likes to enjoy the transition from standing still to getting up the speed.
Yeah, all day, all day.
Absolutely.
I can tell you, she feels a want in my life. I like to describe it as a need, but you know, some days when you have like a big hairy Monday, and it's like it's a Monday, and then you're leaving and you turn everything on and put a few tunes on, and then you head out to one of your favorite roads and you're just doing what you love to do. Right. That's her all day long, and just a big smile on my face. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. For a car person though, anybody that's nostalgic about anything Datsun, Nissan, she's trying to check a lot of boxes.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I'm, I guess, surprisingly pleased with is that you remember when they went to the 300? Yeah. It was just a departure. It's like they were trying to take leaps into space.
Oh yeah.
The only thing they kept was a vague resemblance with the headlights, elongated headlights, but it was a totally different car.
Well, and I was going to say, and this one, they try to remember a little bit about the 300. It's maybe hard to tell, but she's wide like the 300. She's not narrow like everything 280 and before. And then on the back, where the tail lights come around, they're looking like you see some of the 300 coming in, and that's the part that's different. I love that they give just enough spoiler to let you know it's there. Is it functional? Is it a wing? Is it like a GTR? Absolutely not. But does it remind you a little bit of a 300, especially when they used to have that cherry red, that kind of thing? A little bit, yeah. Right. And so that's where they're doing that. I love how they even redid the Z so that it was like the Fair Lady Z, where it's like Asian or European Z, where it's got the line through it. They were thinking.
So you remember you said Easter eggs earlier. So it used to always be Nissan Z, but at some point we started seeing the ZX.
Yes. Yeah.
So they put it in there so subtly.
Oh, they did that, and it's hard to tell, but even on the glass, they have hidden right here, 1969. Since 1969, they're trying to let everybody know that they were finding their roots again with this one. And I'm actually impressed because Nissan decided there's a version of this where they give you a 6-speed manual. And when's the last time you've seen a manual in a car like this? It's been a moment.
Rare.
It's rare. So they offer a 6-speed manual, very nice. Now that's not her. She's a driver's car. She's my baby, so she gets me around traffic easily. Anybody who knows this town knows traffic. So anyway, so this is 9-speed automatic, but if you want to flip over to manual mode, they even, with the dash, they have in there kind of Formula One like. Aside from that, a couple other things that are really neat. The width, the wheels, what they were doing, these are actually Ray's wheels, and Nissan did a thing with Ray's. They were the original people to make wheels in the 60s and 70s. And so now that's what comes on this, is Ray's wheels. So, you know, that's what Nissan said, hey, let's do that. And then even though this is modern, this is kind of the oldest looking modern car you're probably going to find in a while.
And you know what I like when you talk about the width, when you look from the back, you see these hunches that just kind of jump out, just kind of flare out. So it has so much character, and you know, at the same time, it's subtle. Yeah. But it's just style and grace.
I was going to say, I don't know who came up with the curves and the haunches on this thing, but that's actually one of the first things I ever noticed. I know so much is about the front and headlight shape and the throwback stuff, but the curves on this car are just beautiful. For a while, everything got kind of angular and pointy and everything. The Z's I remember had louvers and like lines, but this, the curves are just, in my opinion, whoever styled this in clay, you know, they were there all day long, shaving and enjoying it and doing everything. So I'm actually impressed with the curves and how that all comes together, because it's not just one part of the car, they made it all together a thing. So
yeah, it's definitely got some really attractive contours. So tell us a little bit about the performance.
Well, like I said earlier, twin turbo V6, 400 horsepower, but I like to tell everybody she's quick and fast. So I don't know how they did smaller turbos so they would spool up faster. And so when you're really getting on it, they do spool up quickly compared to some other things that are one big turbo. The two smaller ones really get there. It also, so it's quick, but the fast part is if you're on a nice stretch of some open road, perhaps in Mexico, no speed limits, but anyway, wherever you may be, if you need to go from 60 to over 100, it gets there quickly, but it gets there such in a refined way. You realize, man, it's almost like flying. Like you're getting to altitude, you're getting there. You
know, it's funny, I tell people, it's not about fast. Everybody, you can go 100 and whatever in the Nissan Sentra.
Yeah.
But it's how quick you get to fast.
How quick you get to fast, and then how it behaves when it gets there. That's the thing. She is steady, hunkers down, and does a thing. The only thing that ever scares me sometimes on the quick is pure rear-wheel drive. And the part I like about being a driver's car is that a classic driver, like the old school days, like not a lot of electronic controls, not a lot of nanny systems. And so sometimes sometimes on a little wet pavement and you're thinking you're getting out of somebody's way, it feels like it wants to get a little loose. So I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So, you know, loose is excitement.
Yes.
When loose doesn't get too loose.
No. That's the whole thing. The moment you let off, everything electronic kicks in and it brings you back to earth. Yeah.
You know, the funny thing, I was talking to some friends and they'll tell you, you know, the car just overcorrects and everything. And I'm like, yeah, okay, just leave the button on.
Exactly.
Leave the button on so you can pretend you're like a supercar driver.
Well, when you
don't kill yourself.
No. I was gonna say when she wants to let you know you're getting a little rowdy and you've left the button on, she does it nicely. But that's the other thing about this car. I specifically chose people who are into the Nissan world. Infiniti, the Q50 Red Sport, same engine, same performance, similar, that kind of thing. But this one has knobs, buttons. When you sit down inside, it's for the driver, and it takes me back to a place of being a much younger person. There are knobs and buttons. You can still control everything electronically, but when you want to turn it down or turn it off, you just reach up there and do it. And I think people are a little surprised, like, you mean this day? I was like, oh yeah, just hit the button, it's done. So anyhow, that's the part that I also like, where I think they've blended a few things nicely together. But no, I would say quick, fast, but also, what's the old saying? She has as much woe as she has go. When you put her down, you got to get her slow.
You got to
get her slow. And when you're trying to apex, she'll let you dive into that, and she'll
get on it.
She will slow down, let you hit the corner, and then let you just get right back in it and come around. I mean, I like all of that, but I would also say that being a driver's car, I think it's meant for drivers. I think it's meant for guys who want to apex. I think it's meant for guys who are like, I know quick and fast, and I want to be quick and fast. So I think she blends a lot of things nicely. That's the thing. It's a little, I don't know if she does any of those better than anybody else, but all together as one experience, one of my favorite things.
Well, beautiful. Should we take a look on the inside?
Absolutely. Sure.
So when you think about just out of all the cars that you could have purchased, even all of the Z's that you could have purchased, what pointed you to this car?
Well, what prompted everything? My son, it was time for him to do a different car, and so my wife and I, we were like, okay, let's go shopping. He was like, well, I really like cars already. No, I'm not really a car guy. So, Dad, can I just have yours? So I was like, well, say less. So, anyway, he took mine. I had a 2016 Volkswagen GTI. Her name was Gemma. Really liked her. But kind of a different experience, hot hatch to this. And anyway, so when he got that, I was looking around, and this just really jumped out to me. When I was younger, first job really out of high school, big boy job, I worked at Nissan building cars. So, I came in with the Altima and left with the Altima. So I was there when the Altima was brand new.
You literally know the ins and outs of the car.
A little bit. I know how to do a production line. Let me say it that way. I may not be the best mechanic, but if we're talking about slinging bolts to throw a car together, yeah. And know Nissan and a bit of what they were about. So felt a little bit like a homecoming. There were some things that seemed familiar, but otherwise, I was actually just impressed. I like what they were wanting to do with this car. I like that, in the face of looked like we were about to have a EV takeover on everything.
Right.
Nissan said, no, we're going to do a car that's just mechanical. Matter of fact, we'll even throw in a 6-speed manual transmission if that's what you want. Like, we'll not just get mechanical, we'll go old school. And I appreciate what they were doing. They were like one of the few in the space trying to do that, but the experience of it is what I liked about it. And also, I really fell in love with the way the thing looks. Like, it just, every time I see her, it puts a smile on my face. So I like that, and she's refined enough. That's why I stuck with automatic, that you can scoot around town and do a little bit of whatever you want, but also she really can get up to speed and enjoy some fun things.
So now, you just said scoot around town, and just the feel of this, how do you balance the performance with just scooting around town? Because just turning that corner and getting up to 40 was like, I looked down when I saw the cops. So wait a minute, I'm already going.
Well, she is quick.
But it doesn't feel like you're driving.
No, that's the thing. It all comes together in a really refined way, but that's the thing I really like. When I say scooting around town, she will have fun. If a young person comes up and wants to go stoplight to stoplight, and I don't know why I keep getting challenged by Mustangs, if no one's around, that's just a lot of fun. That's just a lot of fun. But also, we go out to a different part of the county, and there's a lot of twisties, and you're enjoying the view, and you're beside the river, and you're like following the contour. That's also so much fun. I think that's what they were trying to do. There's a version of this where they make it really easy for the guys that like to mod things. That's not me, so I've got the version that's comfortable to drive. So, but no, the scooting around town, she really is quick, and deceptively so. But then, like I said, when you get out to an open space, she really can fly, and that's the part I like. And you do look down sometimes and think, oh my goodness, was that me? Was I the one doing that? And yet, when I say refined, some cars, I love her tone, especially if we're standing outside in the cold start. I love the cold start, but it's not so bad that she's droning to the point that I can't pick up and go 60 miles down the road. Yeah, and think, my goodness, I have a headache. Oh, it's the drone in my car. Or yeah, or some cars are so, you know, track focused that it's like, my goodness, my teeth about to fall out of my head every time we touch something. Now, it doesn't mean I want to go flying over speed bumps, but, you know, just a road like this, she's not going to hurt you.
Now, to your point, here's what I'm observing. I can feel the road really good.
Yeah.
But it's a nice, smooth, comfortable ride.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say, I think they've done a nice job with that. It's just, I also think if it was track focused and you wanted to feel every bit of the track, probably the Nismo version might do that a whole lot better for you. But for a guy like me who, there you go, there it is. Oh, I love that.
That's it.
All day long. All day long.
That is
all day long. No, but that's what I'm saying. For a guy like me, the track is fun, but if I were to go to the track all the time, I'd probably have a track toy.
Right.
You know, and if I were to, you know, want to do different things, so this one kind of fits the bill for me. This is kind of my all-purpose flower. You know, so. But anyhow, no, I like that it is all-purpose for someone like me. But if you wanted to change it, you know, you flip a few buttons and you go in a different mode, and you can definitely have it light up your face, and then you're thinking, I do need a stiffer shock, or I do want a softer, you know, compound tire, or I want to, you know, do some things. It's there. I'm probably using 20% of what she could do all out. So
what would you say? Give me 2 points. First, what is the thing that's most addictive about this car? And then I want you to follow that up with the thing that you could do without. You know, we always have like, oh, I can't believe they did that.
Oh, gotcha. Well, okay. Well, the thing that I find addictive is truly driving experience. And like I said earlier, if you've had a stressful day, I love hopping in this thing and I'm not having to think through too much just to go have fun.
Right.
And you know, anybody who lives locally, we can always point out some of our favorite trails, but you know, I have a very short commute to work, and sometimes it takes me longer to get there than people driving 2 towns away. But that's because I'm on some back road just really having a good time and letting the day wash away. So anyway, but then probably the thing that I could do without, it's got some quirks, so I'm not gonna lie about that. I think that sometimes perhaps wants to get a little more loose when we're being quick than it needs to, but that's because I came from a front wheel drive world and everything was tight. So to me, sometimes things feel a little vague that I was used to before, like, nah, that could be a little more crisp. So if I had any complaint, but there we go, every time, all day long.
Stop sign to stop sign, you get in a lot of trouble.
That's what I'm saying. That's a young person comes up and wants to challenge you. It's kind of like, you know, I'm old and wild.
That's the rush. you feel it right here.
Well, and the rear wheel drive and the way it pushes you back, and then the balance of it. The other thing that I thought Nissan did that was genius on this car is it's a front mid engine, so they've got the weight of it behind the front axles. So you've got that weight, you've got that balance. Nothing like the Porsche, nothing like that. So got to be real clear. But for a guy who was in a front wheel drive car before that performed just fine, that's a whole different balance and experience. So some of the crispness, but again, I chose not to have a track day car, so that's on me. There's a couple things in the Nissan universe that I was kind of like, no, come on, guys, you could have thought through that one a little bit. Just some of the electronics in a car. I think that's what probably pushed them out of this space a little bit. Because, you know, if you get into something like a BMW, it'll have everything, but a guy to hop out of the trunk and take your shoes for it, you know, that kind of thing. Right. And Nissan's kind of like, no, we don't have anybody in the trunk, and
you got to do it on your own.
You got to do it on your own, buddy. But the flip side of that is, I asked for it. Like, I wanted knobs and buttons, and here I am getting knobs and buttons. But you know, but I was kind of like, come on, engineers, you could have been a little thoughtful on this. Like we were talking about the gauge cluster. I'm happy to know that the battery's charging. That is awesome. But if they wanted to put oil temp up there or water temp, I would have taken that every day of the week. I mean, like to me, that's the kind of thing. But that's nitpicking. That's me picking on an afterthought. You know, not something that I consider detrimental to it.
So let me ask you this. You know, one of the things that she has shoes on her, or
ma'am,
you got shoes on your car. Shoes. You're welcome. And that was our public service of the day. You get everything on this channel.
Glad she didn't have coffee on the roof.
There you go.
She was going to be someplace and missing those.
Yep, absolutely. So, on this channel, one of the things I always like to address on every episode is just one motivational factor.
Okay.
And what I mean is, if somebody walked up to you, Scott, at a gas station,
yeah,
and said, "Man, I love that car. I'd never have anything like that," what would you tell them?
Oh gosh, I would say, listen, I'm the guy who never thought I'd have this either. You say you're ordinary, then I'm just downright boring. And that is to say, I got this just by pounding the rock. Like, there was no lottery ticket moment. There was no aha moment. This was, you put your head down, you go to work, you work hard, you try to do the things, take care of your family, and, keep the home situation. And then, kind of like everybody else, you turn around twice, and next thing I know, my wife was like, you really like the car, and everything else is good. Our son's doing this, and we're doing that. Why don't you go get something fun? And then you're like, really? And then you're like, well, yeah, because we've worked hard, saved hard, and the stuff that you like, by all means, go enjoy it. So that's pretty much how that came about. But I would say that I'm definitely in the grinder crowd, and that is, I didn't have one hand to do everything. I had to keep playing cards until finally, the chips came my way, so to speak. And so, and I would tell everybody, that's the thing, you've got people who really are talented and they're going to hit something big right away. And I wish I was that guy. I love those guys, but mine's more of a story of, no, man, I kept my head down, kept doing everything, and a little bit here, a little bit there. And then you turn around and you realize, oh my goodness, we're doing okay. And this isn't going to hurt anybody or anything. Well,
Scott, I got to tell you, you really let me down with that answer. So,
oh, I'm sorry.
That wasn't a fashionable answer I was looking for. I thought you were going to say, well, lightning will strike or something.
Well, let me say this. And this is true for anyone. If you're doing the work and you're putting the time in, lightning sometimes looks like static cling. It's going to be a little flash, and it's still going to have the zing to it, but it doesn't have to be something that splits the house in two. And I will tell anybody, if I can do it, they can. But if you are working and you're intentional with what you're doing and you're taking care of things, then you'll look around at some point and be like, I'm going to do something fun. And I'm going to do something fun. And it might seem a little selfish, but I'm going to do something fun for me. And the thing that I love about that is that my wife loves getting in this car and riding anywhere. And I'm like, well, we're sharing an experience. That's awesome. My mom, on her birthday, hey, will you come pick me up in that pretty car? She don't even know what the car is. Will you just come pick me up in that car? I want to go for a ride. We went outside the city and we were able to get on top of the hill and look at the city lights. And she's like, wow, well, that's a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't know. She goes, do we have to go that fast? And it's like, well, Mom, we can't get there all at once. So anyway, but no, I will say that there can be a lot of small lightning strikes, and hold back what you need from it and bless those who need to be, pour into what you need to pour into, but hold back what you can hold back where you're going to be blessed too, and everybody will be fine. And that's what I would say. Mine's more of a, mine wasn't fashionable. And I certainly, you look at it and some people are really good at climbing a ladder with things.
Right.
If my son hadn't said, like I said, I'm downright boring, had he not said, I would just rather have, your car. And I was like, well, okay. And the other one was very, very practical, very everything. And I think he's really enjoying that. But that's what let me open my eyes to I can do this. And then also when my wife was like, no, go do that thing. Because otherwise I would have been in something when I was looking at this, I was in the market looking at also maybe 4-door, but something kind of fast. So that's how I found out about the Infiniti Q Sport, Q50 Red Sport. Yeah, I don't want to disrespect Infiniti, but anyway, but didn't have knobs and buttons, which was really dumb. And then I got one of these and I was like, actually, I kind of like simple. I'm a simple guy. And then also in the same space, I was looking at Genesis. They've got a 3-liter twin turbo V6, and they'll lay it down with all-wheel drive like the Infiniti. I like that this is rear-wheel drive and it has that feeling. So it's when I got in it that I realized hey, I'm not hauling around the babies anymore. So you notice there's no back seat and there's no car carriers, and I'm not moving this or that, and I don't have the need for the SUV that some other people have. So here it is, and I can tell you, one of my favorite things, especially after a long day.
You know what, you're absolutely passionate about it, and that's what I like. You know, as I talk to people that love their cars, everybody's story, they kind of perk up and start telling it, and it's a lot of passion. I want to circle back to me saying that was like a boring response. It was, and let me tell you why. Because everybody's looking for that, if I do this, then boom. But the work part is what tastes worse to everybody in the response.
Yeah.
So I like to try and encourage people that, you know, everything, and on this channel we talk about cars specifically, but no matter what it is that you're striving for, if it's a dream, well, you got to measure your current reality. But between your reality and that dream is work, and the work requires what it requires.
You know, I would say for someone like me, and again, I was at the plant building Altimas, Sentras, went back to the Altima. So, you know, if you want to know, you know, what torque to have on a 14mm bolt for a part of an engine, I could have told you back in the day. But anyhow, all that to say though, I would say, number one, realize the dream. So, you know, not to get too hokey about it, but put something somewhere where it's like, that's the dream. And then whether it's a jar, an envelope, whatever, when I'm saying holding back a little bit, just start to be intentional about, all right, I'm climbing this mountain, but every time I climb this mountain, I take this 3 steps for other people. This 1 step's going to go into this for the dream. And I think you can go forward that way, and it may not be overnight, but it'll also be way faster than you think. And then you're poised. So when someone comes through and says, hey, you know, we got this program car and it's going to be certified pre-owned, whatever, you're the guy. Or, you know, or if you're the guy who hears about a guy, like I went to a Cars and Coffee and this was my favorite one, but you know, they kind of got tired, bored with it, and they don't even want to put new tires on it. Like, you know, you hear about the guy who's I traded the moment I had to put tires. Well, then you're lightning strike, and it's kind of like, well, I'm sitting here with my jar, my envelope, my whatever. My goodness, I could do that, and I'll save for the tires. I'll drive those tires bald, but I'll save for the tires. You know, so those things will come, but to get in the position for that, I say be focused on the dream, but also, you know, you can incrementally, you can pound the rock, and a little bit at a time, you can do it. And the thing is, what they don't tell you is, pounding the rock at some point gets easier. It don't feel like a rock, it just feels like you're just going. You're just doing, and then you turn around and be like, how did I get here?
Beautiful. Scott, listen, I want to thank you again for sharing Daisy with us. You know, first, I knew you were a car guy when you said Daisy was the name of your car, because only a car guy or a lover of cars would name their vehicle. But listen, it was really a great experience, just driving the car and just seeing what it could do. But the big point is, you said, and this is for the wastegate community, stay motivated. Scott told us that you got to pound the rock to get from your reality to that dream that you have. And the more you pound the rock, the less it doesn't feel like you're pounding a rock.
Doesn't feel like you're pounding a rock.
So, and that's having a plan and working, whatever it is, you know, it works for your house, whatever, but this is a car channel, so it works for that next dream car.
Go get your Daisy.
And you can get Daisy. So listen, if you like this, please do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel, it helps us grow, and it helps us bring more content like this to you. So again, Scott, thanks so much.
Oh, thank you.
And we'll see you on another episode.
All right.